Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so happy Wednesday, and I hope you are ready for some real talk because I'm fired up today and I'm just super pumped. It's been a great week so far, but I kind of wanted to reflect on last week. And so last week, I was able to go and work with one of my clients in her home and declutter and reorganize her. She's made it into like a homeroom area because she's going to be homeschooling this year. And she also needed a play area for her youngest daughter. So here's the thing. I I thinking about our conversations that we had while I was decluttering, there was so much that I just felt like I need to share this with you because we all are probably in a space where this is a new season. We're trying to figure out what's going to be the new routines. Maybe there's things that we wanted to get done over the summer and then we didn't actually get done. And so I wanted to kind of just take a few minutes and talk to you about what probably is holding you back and how I can maybe help you do that. So, first and foremost, um, one of the things that I am very passionate about is decluttering and living a simplified life. Now, I understand that my passion sometimes comes off as maybe a little bit harsh because I'm so excited about it and I may step on some toes sometimes. And I am never trying to do that. I understand that gentleness is not necessarily my best fruit of the spirit, and I have been praying for that. But please understand that when I say these words today, or to you at any point in time, they're always coming from a place of love and never from a place of judgment, never from a place of feeling like I'm better than. It's the fact that I have been where you were and I am taking the steps to progress and live this life of pursuit over the perfection and let go of the things that have have just really overwhelmed me and brought me down in the past. And I want you to be able to live this peaceful life the way I know that it's possible. So, that being said, um, I love, and I have been talking about this for months now. I have done master classes about it and how the Bible verses Ephesians chapter 6 and talking about the armor of God. And I've been talking about how that was really something that had been laid on my heart, honestly, since probably November of last year. And then it was early this year that I started doing master classes and did kind of a play on words of not only the armor of God and how we need to armor up with putting on the armor of God every day and going out to fight our battle, but putting on the armor in my acronym to combat the chaos and knowing that while God's protection, it also provides us tools to be able to combat that chaos. So the first and foremost, A stands for acknowledge and action. And, here's where it gets tricky because you may be thinking like, yeah, there's a place that I want to declutter or there's an area that I'm struggling with and I know I need to tackle it. I just need to set aside the time to do it. Okay, yes. One, you have acknowledged it, but you're not taking the action. And here's the thing. I understand that sometimes that's really hard because what I was hearing my client say last week is she just kept on saying, I just kept on looking at this space and I was frozen. It was like I just kept seeing the same thing and I didn't know where to start or how to move things around and and resort things in order for it to be more functional. And that's where a fresh set of eyes comes into play. It's going to help you take that first action because I've talked about this a million times also that a train in motion stays in motion. And sometimes you just need that help in order to get the ball rolling, to get that train in motion. And once you get moving, then a lot of times you can keep going and you're able to like take those next steps. But you're holding yourself back because you think you can take the action. And by all means, I'm just going to say right now, if this message right now or any of my previous videos can inspire you and motivate you to go take action right now and to help you declutter that space or figure out a routine so that you can live that more simplified life, I am thrilled. That is my whole goal. I want to help empower and encourage women to live a more simplified life. Simplest form of it. That's it. I know that I can say this because I wasn't years ago. And I just added so many extras to my life, or, there was already so many extras, and you have to clear out that clutter because that's what, if you can acknowledge and then start to take action, that next step in A.R.M.O.R, A.R, is remove. And sometimes it's hard to remove the things without having someone right there alongside you. It's not that it's just taking the action. It's sometimes like an emotional attachment, and that's okay, but you still have to be able to recognize it and then be able to remove some things. Because if you're overwhelmed right now, clearly there's some things that have to be removed. And then it comes back is the M is being mindful of what you're bringing in and what's in your space so that you can live more functional peace. And then there's organize, and then routines. And I've gone over all of these things in some of my previous master classes. And if you would like a replay of one of those, or if you want some more specific information, send me a message down below, comment below. I can send you a past link of that. But the biggest thing that I'm trying to say with this, because I don't want this to be too long, is that I want you to know that I am here and I'm here to help. And there's two reasons why you probably haven't reached out to me yet, and you haven't reached out for help in clearing the clutter, in clearing and creating more peace in your everyday life. And I kind of want to address those. So, number one, you may be embarrassed. I just keep on thinking back to what my client said after I'd been there for a little bit. She was like, "Oh my gosh, is this like so much worse than you like were prepared for?" And I was like, "No. You guys, we make these situations so much worse in our own mind than they actually are." And I'm not trying to downplay what your situation is, but the thing is that we oftentimes make mountains out of molehills, right? Like, I know that's so cliche to say, but like the longer that we see a pile of laundry sitting there, doesn't it seem like it all of a sudden just keeps getting bigger and bigger? And I mean, okay, let's just be honest. It might actually be getting bigger because you may be adding more piles of loads on there, but it's still not a mountain. Like, you can take action on that. It's not something that's going to be, holding you back from actually living life. But here's the thing. She was so concerned of like what I was thinking. And like this, when I work with you, this is a completely judgment-free zone. I understand that we all are in different stages of life. I understand that when you see pictures of my house, you may think, oh, wow, it's kind of tidy. Well, one, it's not tidy all the time. My kids still make messes and I have to have them clean up, but we've got routines in place for it to be simplified, to make it easy. And here's the thing, like, we weren't always like this, and it's taken years for us to get to where we are. And I don't have babies and toddlers, so I've also moved through some of these stages that you might still be in, and that's okay because we're all in different seasons of life. And again, we are not trying to live a life of perfection. We're in pursuit. We are trying to live pursuing a life and relationship with Jesus. And the great thing is that remembering in John 16:33, Jesus says, like, in this life you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. And like, we're going to have hard times, we're going to have rough things happening, and we're going to be stressed out about some stuff, but we don't need to be, knowing that God has got us covered, that Jesus has wiped away all of our sins. And to be judged by anyone other than God, it's just silly. And I'm not going to judge you on what your space looks like because I don't know your entire story either. And none of us do. And so this is where I can come alongside you and, help you pick up the pieces and us find a home for things and declutter those things and, figure out ways to be more mindful and be able to really show that love and compassion to find more peace in that everyday life. So, if you're feeling embarrassed and that you don't want to reach out because of that, that is not the reason. And the other thing is, if you are embarrassed by your house, more than likely you're like I was, and I never wanted to invite people over to my house. I was so embarrassed, or I was always so stressed out about thinking my house had to be cleaned up, or it was going to take me way too long to clean it or to get it ready for somebody to come to my house, that it was just like so nerve wracking when anyone would come to visit. But going through this process of decluttering and removing all this excess, I love to host at my house now. I love the fact that it's not overwhelming to get my house tidy and clean. And it's a place where we can come together in community and share Jesus more often. And honestly, like that warms my heart, and I hope that it warms your heart, that you think this could be a place where I could get to. So don't let the embarrassing thoughts stop you. Please reach out, ask me questions on what it would be, and let's take that one. So that was number 1. Don't be embarrassed. I'm not going to be judging you. Number 2 is, you might be thinking, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. All right, this is where it's going to hurt a little. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. And how many times a week are you going to Starbucks or to Dunkin' Donuts or stopping and picking up a lunch or all of these things? Those things add up. And time is money. The amount of time it's taking you to find things that maybe you can't find because you don't have a home for them, or there's just too much clutter somewhere, having to buy the kids new cleats because you can't find the ones that were from last season. Yes, I understand they may have been outgrown, but at the same time, like, to try and find things, that's taking time away. That's taking money away if you end up buying duplicates. We found so many extras and duplicates of things that she didn't realize that she had, my client last week. And like, now she has a bin of where her extras are. And so here's the thing, like, that's going to cost you money if you continue to spend the money on things that you already have in your home. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I just had a tickle in my throat. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to power through to finish this because I'm almost done. Trying not to cough right in your ear. Okay, so you may think you don't have the money. You may not think you have the time, but that time is money. And I want to help you save that. And when you're able to come into a space and have a home, and you'd be able to put things away more quickly, you're saving time in cleaning, you're saving time on finding things, you're saving money on knowing that you don't need to buy any more school supplies. All of those things matter. And I want to help you understand that when you see the space you have, you probably won't be as likely to keep buying things because you want the space to remain clear. That's where the second R in A.R.M.O.R of routines really, really plays a part, because you want to maintain and keep that routine going. So before I start having another coughing fit, I apologize about that. The thing is that I really, really want to help you. And I know that I can. And whether you're local or you are somewhere across the country, we can do this thing even virtually. But just ask the questions. Ask me what you're wanting to know. What is it that's going to be involved? And how much time is it going to take? There's so many different options of things that we can connect. And I promise you that this is something I can feel it deep down that this is what God has given me as a gift to be able to share with you, because living a life of pursuit over perfection, it's not something that's going to come naturally and easy to me. And I know that probably if you're watching this, it's not coming naturally to you either. And to let go of that perfectionist feeling and to let go of that and just live this life of pursuit and trying to simplify your everyday life, that is what I am trying to share with women everywhere. You can live a simplified life, and I want to help you. Message me, share this with someone. Your comments and your interactions, they help me so much, and I am so appreciative of you following along on this business page and on my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, please make sure to send me a message, and I can't wait to chat with you soon. Have a blessed day.